New Jersey's got a lot of summer wow. From sun and wows to fun and wows. And every wow in between. Find your wow at visitnj.org. New Jersey, little state, lot of wow.
More than 1 million spectators, participants, community members, and allies enjoyed today's 55th New York City Pride March. 10 10 News reporter Amanda Alexander.
Every color on the rainbow is on Fifth Avenue for Pride. The LGBTQ plus community and allies say they're here to celebrate and raise awareness, like Janaya.
Just acknowledging that we exist and we are important and we're always going to be here is so important to me.
Now, this year's Pride theme is Rise Up, Pride and Protest. And folks here say they're here to reflect on the political climate and fight for their rights. Meet Sam.
I do feel like we are in some sort of shadow right now, especially because of all the legal setbacks right now in court as well. And by a community, we are showing that we will not disappear.
Now, if you thought you could dance, dress, or party, your competition awaits at next year's Pride Parade. Amanda Alexander, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at the Pride Parade.
The modern gay rights movement was born out of the Stonewall riots of 1969 and the battles between gay rights advocates and police officers that year. This year, a battle of a different sort between parade organizers known as Heritage of Pride and an NYPD organization, the Gay Officers Action League. The Gay Officers Action League wanted to march in full uniform, which means with concealed weapon by NYPD rules. Parade organizers said no. The parade rules are no weapons, and you can march without the concealed weapon. The Gay Officers Action League were out on 5th Avenue and 20th Street protesting at the start of the march, along with NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
I call it like I see it, and the way I see it today is pretty clear. It is disgraceful that Heritage of Pride has decided once again to exclude gay NYPD cops from participating in the Pride March.
Parade organizers reiterated that the gay officers are welcome to march, just not with a concealed weapon. Tisch called that hypocrisy. It's almost a week since Zoran Mamdani defeated Andrew Cuomo and several other hopefuls in the Democratic mayoral primary. Since then, some top New York Democrats have been noticeably quiet about endorsing Mamdani. For example, House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
What's holding you back from endorsing him right now?
Well, we don't really know each other well. Our districts don't overlap. I have never had a substantive conversation with him.
He made his comments on ABC's This Week. Mamdani is having a national media moment right now, this morning on NBC's Meet the Press.
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country.
Results of Tuesday's primary will be finalized after the city's ranked choice vote counting resumes this Tuesday. Jury deliberations are expected to begin tomorrow, as Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial continues here in New York.
His attorneys asked jurors to summon the courage to find Combs not guilty and return him to his family. His twin daughters, sons, and mother all appeared at court as the defense ridiculed the case, attacked the witnesses, and said the government targeted Combs to make him look like a racketeering kingpin.
It's correspondent Aaron Katursky. A fatal stabbing inside a home in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. 40-year-old Tamara Rowe was found with multiple stab wounds last night in a residential building on East 232nd Street. She died later at a local hospital. Police say the incident was domestic, but won't say exactly what the relationship was between the suspect and the victim. The search continues for a suspect. No arrests as of yet. Quick check of AccuWeather for tonight. Partly cloudy with a low of 73. Tomorrow, some sun mixing with clouds. Quite warm and humid. A thunderstorm in spots late to the west of the city and a high of 87. Tuesday, still warm and humid with showers and heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon. Any storm could provide flooding downpours, hail and gusty winds and a high of 87. Partly sunny, less humid Wednesday with a high of 87. The power of President Trump was on display again today. North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis voted against the president on his budget bill last night. The president immediately took to social media and to savage Tillis. Today, Tillis announced he will not run for another Senate term.
Tom Tillis not only voted against advancing the president's big, beautiful bill, Saturday night he said he'd vote no for the final version because of Medicaid cuts and other items that have stayed in the package. As a result, President Trump threatened to support Tillis's primary opponent next year.
Tillis has had it.
University of Virginia politics professor Larry Sabato.
You either agree with Trump or go along with what he wants, and you do so enthusiastically, or you become the enemy.
In his announcement, Tillis laments that leaders who believe in bipartisanship, compromise, and independent thinking are an endangered species.
It's correspondent Peter King. The bill passed a procedural vote last night, 51-49. Democrats could not convince enough Republicans to vote against the bill, so Democrats tried to delay and drag out the process by publicly reading the bill.
In this paragraph, the term professional student means a student enrolled in a program of study that awards a professional degree, as defined under Section 668.2 of Title 34.
The reading started last night. That clip of a Senate clerk reading the bill was from hour 13. The reading of the bill ended at around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and now they are debating the bill. President Trump says he is not planning to extend a 90-day pause on tariffs on most nations beyond July 9th. That is when the president has stated that the negotiating period he set would expire. He says his administration will notify countries that trade penalties will take effect unless there is a deal with the U.S. Told Fox News today, quote, "We'll look at how a country treats us. Are they good? Are they not so good?" We're learning more about the IDF strike on Tehran's Evin prison earlier this week.
This was a significant strike, one that came with a lot of questions. This prison had inmates, including journalists, political prisoners, activists, and many of the people who were held there or are held there are critical of the current government. And officials say that the strike that Israel carried out killed 71 people, and this also included relatives of inmates and people who were there to see their loved ones.
It's correspondent Marcus Moore in Tel Aviv.
You always lease for much, much less at two premier Fords in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's finest in Ford with two great locations, Kings Highway at Utica Avenue or 86th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. This month there are no price increases at Premier, only decreases. You heard right. The prices are all decreased this month at Premier Ford's two great locations. Brand new 2024 Broncos and Bronco Sports, seriously reduced with discounts as much as $15,000 off MSRP. New 2024 and 2025 F-150, F-250, and F-350 trucks, also with serious decreases. When you need service, there is never a wait at Premier Ford. No service appointment is ever necessary. Just come on in to the best Ford service in the tri-state. And as Brooklyn's only certified Ford dealer, you need to return any Ford lease at Premier. No increase in prices, only decreases on brand new 2024 Broncos, Bronco Sport, and all trucks at the one and only Premier Ford in Brooklyn.
Double the selection, double the savings at Premier Ford today. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
You log into your DSP. It's confusing. Where do you build a campaign? Where's the report? Targeting's vague, CTV's tacked on and overpriced. Then you find Viant. Setup? Just a chat prompt. AI does the rest. Targeting? People-based and precise across premium publishers. Measurement? Transparent. Outcome-driven. And CTV? We've led since streaming meant something. Viant is the DSP that actually gets advertising. Still trading on a desk? Visit Viant.ai to unlock real results today.
Twins News Time, 7:11. That's time for traffic and transit. Here's Jeff Jensen.
Heavy traffic trying to get into the city. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. GWB, about a 40-minute ride into both levels at least. That's off on 95, 20 to 25 from the Palisades, half an hour from Route 4 at 46. Outbound 40 minutes or so, 20 minutes in at the Lincoln, about 40 in at the Holland from the covered roadway, and half an hour from the Newark Bay Extension. You're slow trying to get the Staten Island, Goethals, and Outerbridge both pretty heavy. The Outerbridge heavy coming off of the Garden State Parkway. So if you're going northbound on the Parkway, you're not exiting for the Outerbridge, stay on the inner roadway there. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. The crash on the LA westbound at exit 42. Now the right lane is open there. It looks like the ramp to the Northern State Road 42 might still be shut down. Nonetheless, you're tied up there. Northern State's an alternate Jericho Turnpike. The service road alternates westbound. Southern State with a crash approaching the city line. There's an accident in the Bronx, the westbound cross Bronx by the Deegan. And in Queens, on the southbound side of the Clearview at Northern Boulevard, overturned vehicle takes out everything but the left lane. Left lane, only getting by. You might want to try the Cross Highland Parkway there instead. This report is sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. I'm Jeff Jensen. Our next report, 721. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet for just $289 a month and $27.17 down. Lease a brand new Blazer EV4 wagon LT with all-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Now let's check out the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Matt Benz.
For tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low of 73. Then for tomorrow, mixture of sun and clouds, quite warm and humid. A thunderstorm in spots late west of the city with a high of 87. Humid then for tomorrow night, thunderstorm in spots, low of 75. Still warm and quite humid for Tuesday. This will fuel showers and perhaps heavy thunderstorms for the afternoon. Any storm could bring the risk for flooding, downpours, hail, and gusty winds for Tuesday with a high of 87. Dry Wednesday, turning less humid, partly sunny with a high again of 87 degrees. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Coming up, remembering a horse racing icon.
Eric Comfort Shoes, Long Island, is having their traditional 4th of July sale starting early. Save up to 60%. Fabulous summer shoes just arrived. All sizes and widths. Narrowed through extra wide sizes 4 through 16. New styles of New Balance, Hoka One, Brooks, and Skechers slip-in sneakers have just arrived. Choose from over 70 brands, all SAS, Era, Mephisto, Clark's, and sandals, $20 to $60 off each pair. Go to EricComfortShoes.com. That's EricComfortShoes.com. Or visit their flagship store at 426 Hillside Avenue in Williston Park, Long Island. Call Eric Comfort Shoes at 1-800-681-SHOE. That's 1-800-681-7463. Same day free shipping is available. Call 1-800-681-SHOE. That's 1-800-681-7463. Or visit their clearance rack at EricComfortShoes.com. Life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes. Eric Comfort Shoes.
Think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget? Think again. Sloman's is here to change the game with sizzling summer savings. They're offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2025 refrigerant-compliant R454B systems, expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for 18 months. Every new installation comes with a comprehensive 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Stay cool and worry-free this summer. Don't miss out. Call Sloman's today at 516-932-7000 for your free AC estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000.
Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
For more than 40 years, no name has been more synonymous with horse racing than trainer D. Wayne Lucas.
Charismatic trained by Lucas on the outside. Now Lucas running 1-2. Charismatic on the outside. Takes command. On the inside, Cat Thief in the middle of the track. Menifee is flying. But it's Charismatic holding on to win it by a hand.
Trainer D. Wayne Lucas has died. That was his 4th Kentucky Derby win, the 1999 Kentucky Derby on ABC Sports. His horses won 15 Triple Crown races in all. His family says he had been hospitalized with a severe MRSA blood infection and died last night at home in Louisville. He was still working into his late 80s, getting up early to work out and train horses. D. Wayne Lucas was 89. A home evacuation in Philadelphia early this morning in the city's Nicetown neighborhood. At least 10 homes were evacuated because of a fatal early morning fire and explosion. It happened just before 5 a.m. The explosion killed an elderly woman. This is Philadelphia Fire Acting Executive Chief Daniel McCarty.
We have set up temporary shelter for the residents that live on this block that are going to be evacuated due to safety concerns of their actual impacted residents.
Local news cameras indicated that at least 3 structures collapsed. The cause is being investigated. We've already had our first heat wave of the season. Now, it's Europe's turn.
There's a major heat wave across southern Europe. Temperatures have pushed above 104 degrees Fahrenheit in parts of Italy, Spain, Greece, and Portugal, and authorities are warning of a risk of wildfires. Temperatures could get up to 107 degrees in Lisbon. It's so hot in some regions of Italy that officials are banning some outdoor work. A large wildfire already broke out in Athens, Greece on Thursday, forcing evacuations and road closures near the ancient city of Poseidon. I'm Donna Warder.
And this is probably the biggest and most dangerous mouth any dentist has worked in or on.
The largest dental crown ever created has been implanted in the big yap of an Alaska brown bear at Minnesota's Lake Superior Zoo. A new silver-colored canine tooth made of a titanium alloy. Dr. Grace Brown, board-certified veterinary dentist who helped perform a root canal on the same tooth 2 years ago, did this first-of-its-kind procedure. The 800-pound bear named Tundra was knocked out during the hour-long operation, and what dentist would want it any different? Chuck Severson, ABC News for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Perhaps giving new meaning to the term, man, that surgery was a real bear. Perhaps.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Lunch was great. Greenwich Village is a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Headed out to see the Macy's Fireworks Spectacular. Make it epic. Turn on 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM and hear the music that makes the sky dance.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening. It's 88 degrees at 7:20. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. 55th New York City Pride March with more than 1 million people enjoying the sunny weather, the good vibes, the music, and the pride. An alleged drunk driver plows into an art show in the Hamptons early this morning, ruining a lot of the artwork. A gang member who was part of the group convicted in a 2018 gang murder of mistaken identity has died at his upstate prison. President Trump wants a ceasefire in Gaza. Israeli airstrikes continue. And news you do not want to hear on a 90-degree day. The pool is closed. Sports, the Mets lost big again in Pittsburgh. The Yankees won. AccuWeather partly cloudy tonight with a low of 73. Wins News Time, 7:21. That's time for traffic and transit. And Jeff Jensen.
Got a full closure on Long Island. They just opened a lane, so good news. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. As I'm speaking, they opened a lane on the westbound side of the LIE by exit 42 for the Northern State Parkway connector. Big accident there. Huge emergency vehicle response. Northern State's an option. Service road the way to get by 2. And you have some slowdowns on the northern after approaching the city line. Same thing on the LIE. You're pretty busy from the city, from right around the Lakeville Road to the cross Highland Parkway as you get into Queens. Westbound crash on the southern state approaching the Cross Island is there. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and the tunnels. About 45 in at the GWB for most of the approaches. 446 in the Palisades are better than 95. 30 in at the Holland. And 40 in at the Holland. About 30 in at the Lincoln outbound. Not bad. The outbound Georgia about 40 off the Cross Bronx Expressway. And this report sponsored by Anne Frank the Exhibition. Step into history at Anne Frank the Exhibition in New York City. Explore original artifacts, diary excerpts, and immersive displays that bring Anne's powerful story to life. Discover lessons of resilience, hope, and humanity that still inspire today. Plan your visit now at AnneFrankExhibit.org. I'm Jeff Jensen. Our next report, 7:31, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.